I want to suck your blood. Cereal, fire, 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 so fire, fires, kill you, fire. I feel like that was bad considering what we're here to talk about today. So I'll go get changed. Sorry. Hey guys, it's Isaac. Cereal fire, and welcome to another episode of TikTok. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are coming back from my Cereal Squad, welcome back, Cereal Squad. How I have missed you terribly. So sorry for Saturday's mishap. I had a last minute cancellation and I didn't have a backup plan, which was so naughty of me. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. There are so many things for you to catch up on. But if you are new, I have Tourette's and schizophrenia, and my main goal is to bring awareness to both Tourette's and schizophrenia and all mental health to prove that diagnosis is not a permanent thing. It isn't something that can hold you back. It's only something that can hold you back if you let it. So, without further ado, let's get on to today's episode because it has to do with my diagnosis. Because you guys voted on it. Oh, though, before I go any further, go head on over to Facebook, TikTok News 2, and give that page a like. That way you guys can message me directly. You guys can always email me directly. I have gotten a lot of emails, which is awesome. You guys are using and utilizing that. I love it. Cereal, fire, explosions. You guys can also add me on Snapchat just to kind of see what I'm up to on a daily basis. I do post my story somewhat frequently. I'm kind of bad at it. I'm kind of bad at the whole social media thing. You can also add my Twitter and add my Instagram, all linked in the description below. I also have a P.O. box if you ever are feeling froggy and want to write me a letter. I will write you back. So, without further ado now, let's get into today's episode. Alright, you guys. Happy October. Happy Halloween. Number one. That's why the intro to the video was the way it was. But also, it was a very inappropriate one for the way that you guys voted. So I asked you guys, Mondays and Tuesdays, I vote for you guys' votes. Whatever you guys want to hear is what I talk about on Mondays and Tuesdays. Cereal, you guys want to hear nothing. You guys are useless. Cereal, fire. You guys are not useless. You guys are so important to me. And you guys wanted to hear my schizophrenia story versus my coming out story. My coming out story will be coming next week, though. But anyway, so I think that this is a very interesting story to tell, considering a lot of my followers came from SBSK and my interview with Chris. So it is a piggyback off of that interview. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I asked you guys if you guys had any questions that you guys wanted answers to. And I'll answer those questions at the end of the video because they weren't anything very specific towards my story or my journey with schizophrenia. But I will answer your questions because they were very good questions to ask. So, number one, though, the onset of my symptoms started when I was about, I'd say, 16 or 17-ish. I just remember seeing small things like butterflies and things that I wouldn't think too much about. Things that I wouldn't think to ask my friends, hey, do you see that? Because why would I ask somebody that? Because it's a butterfly, it's the middle of summer, or it's the end of spring, or whatever. It's a butterfly. I'm gonna see some things like that. But I kept seeing the same type of butterfly, this purple butterfly, and it was so pretty and it was so precious. And then my hallucinations started getting worse and more aggressive. the older I got, cereal, fire, cereal. The older I got, the more aggressive they got. The older I got, the more aggressive my tics got. But at the same time, I didn't put two and two together, and I didn't think too much of it. I was just trying to brush it off because I didn't really necessarily want anybody in my family to think that I was trying to, how do you say, um, get out of anything or be, I can't find the word that I'm looking for, be dramatic, if you will. Um, and so, I was starting to enter into, looking for colleges and stuff like that. And, I found what I wanted to do and I did what I wanted to do. And finally, I went into EMT school and I did do that. And, I had a few hardcore mental breaks where I didn't know who I was, what I was, what I was doing. I had to take a couple steps back from reality and reevaluate. There's just things that I wouldn't dare. I was seeing and hearing so many awful things on a daily basis that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't, I was, I was going to die, that I should, there's so many things that weren't okay for a person to hear and that should not be repeated. And I felt as if that they needed to be taken care of. Luckily enough, I was able to go to my family care doctor, and I went to him and I told him, these are the things that are going on. I cannot and do not want to be hospitalized. Please help. He sent me immediately to behavioral health center and got me a psychiatrist, and my psychiatrist started working with me, started getting me on some medications. It was a little bit of a challenge because when you're not inpatient and they can't monitor you right one-on-one, it is a little bit of a challenge because they don't know what's exactly going on. So it was a challenge for me to be able to know, okay, this is working, but this is not, and I don't know if this is working or if it's not. So there was that challenge on top of, well, I just got diagnosed with Tourette's on top of everything as well, because little did I know that these outbursts, they didn't have anything to do with schizophrenia. My journey up to this point has been a very long and painful road. And let me tell you, when you feel like something is wrong, please, 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 from the bottom of my heart, please go get help. Because I felt like something was wrong for years and I didn't do anything. Serial fire, because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're serial fire. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't care because I was afraid of what other people would think. It doesn't matter what other people think. Your mental health is way more important than what anybody else could ever think. So just remember that. So, I got on the right medications. I got on medications that'll help me. Okay. So, unfortunately, voices are still there. A little bit. Not much, but they're there. And the medications bog you down so much because they're antipsychotics. They bog you down so much, they make you so tired that you don't want to do anything. You don't care to do anything. You don't want to function. But you still do. And you still manage to somehow pull yourself out of bed every day if you have the mentality. I found a way around it all, and I always found a way of, today is a new day to make new improvements, to make new journeys, is what I always told myself. A new day to make new improvements and to make new journeys. And that is what I always woke up and I told myself. No matter how crappy I felt, that's what I always told myself. And if you need to tell yourself that, tell yourself that. And I don't care if you're not going through the same situation that I was or am going through. I still wake up and I tell myself that. Today is a new day to start new journeys and to start new things. I tell myself that every day. Every day I wake up. It does not matter. Anyway, so moving forward, once I moved to Illinois, it was a little hard because I didn't want to take my medicine anymore. I was like, I'm fine. The the voice, the auditory hallucinations that I have were telling me I was fine. I had another mental break, and I was hearing things and seeing things and this and that, and the only person in my family, there's two people in my family that for sure know, and that would be my aunt and my mom, my stepmom. And they for sure know. And they tell me, you need to get taken care of. This isn't okay. You're not okay. You're not yourself. You're not you. So I go and I find, and I do, and I find the journey again, and I go through the whole journey. I find a primary care physician. He gives me a psychiatrist. I skip the psychiatrist appointment. I go to the counseling appointment. I go to the intake appointment. I skip the psychiatrist appointment to get the medication. But my primary care doctor keeps writing me the same scripts from what I had in North Carolina, but those don't seem to be working as well anymore. So I keep going to the same counselor, and I keep talking to her, but I don't go to the psychiatrist. I finally, you guys, to my serial squad, I finally went to the psychiatrist and got put on the correct medication. And I've been put on medication for my Tourette's. Serial fire! And of course, I have a tick right when that happens. That, helps me not tick as much. So, I cannot say that I have had an easy journey by any means. But I can say that I would not change a single part of it because it has made me the person that I am. I want to say that a schizophrenic person varies from person to person. Somebody asked how do you take care of a schizophrenic person? It depends. It just depends, because if they are in a state of mind, and I still, even on medication, just the other day, it was 3 days ago, I got into this state of mind where I felt as if I wasn't good enough, and I needed to do nothing but crawl in a hole, and I just was not good enough. Dealing with a schizophrenic person is never a planned thing. You have to go based on the person. You have to find what works for the person. For me, what I have found that works best for me when I get into those states of mind, number one, video games. I play video games. It doesn't matter what it is. It's stimulating to me. It doesn't matter. I just do it. Number two, these little STEM toys. These little toys that I can just sit here and I can click around, I can play with, I can do whatever, I can, like I said, the fidget spinners in my pocket, anything. Anything that means something to me. I have a rock that means something to me. When I started making videos, I had plenty of bracelets on, and that was because I was able to play with them. So it's honestly just a matter of what works for the person. Kinetic sand is another thing that I have found that works so well, because it's not Play-Doh. Play-Doh works well as well, but it's not like Play-Doh where it's hard, but it's not sand either. So it's perfect. There's so many things that can help for a different person. And if you can find a way to help a person calm down, get some water. get them some water, get them a video game, put on a movie, get them a stim toy, get them something that can help them calm down. Put on their favorite music. Music helps me every single time. It does not matter how bad I am. If you put on some music, I will get back to a place where you can have a conversation with me. I promise you that much. You can have a conversation with me. I can't promise you that I'll be thinking straight, but you can have a conversation with me. I tend to try to not remember all my hallucinations, so to remember whether or not I tick while I hallucinate is um, hard for me to answer. But um, another little thing is a deck of cards. I simply sit and I'll shuffle a deck of cards and watch a movie or watch TV. And I know it might be annoying to other people, and that's the unfortunate thing is the things that we do, the things that we have to do, the things that our brains are telling us to do might be annoying to other people, but we have to do them. We have to make sure that we do them. It's awful. It is truly awful. And I would not wish schizophrenia on my worst enemy. Like, the worst person that I could think of, I would not wish it upon. Alright, you guys, so I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope that you guys better understand my journey through, schizophrenia and where I got to where I'm at, and understands that it's not always clear cut in how you think it's going to be, and how each and every person has to be hospitalized or has to do this or has to do that. But I hope that gave you a better understanding of what it's like to live in the day of a life of me, at least. But if you could give this video a thumbs up, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn that bell on. And don't forget to hit that share button so that we can get us more Serial Squad. Alright, guys, I will see you guys next time. I think I'll be seeing you guys on Thursday with some actual news. I really enjoyed making today's video, so I appreciate you guys voting on that one. I'll see you guys on Thursday.